What's going on, guys? I'm Joey.
And I'm Sean.
And this is Leaving Treadmarks Garage. We're a new YouTube channel dedicated to bringing you guys new automotive content from what we're doing around our house. We do everything from body work to making custom parts to just finishing a car start to finish. So we'd like you guys to stick around on this ride, see what we're doing, and hopefully learn a thing or two, or even teach us a thing or two if we do something different than you guys would. So stick around and see what happens. So Sean, what's the plan today?
Alright, so today we're going to install a wide body kit on this S2000. We're going to show you how to cut the fender, explain how we cut the quarter, and also explain the molding process, show you some of the tools involved.
So we're molding this?
Correct.
Alright, so we're going to be molding a wide body kit for you guys.
And if you come to the back, we have a few tools. We'll show you how to Okay guys, so the first thing that you're going to want to have is a nice little drill or screw gun, of course, and we put our fenders and stuff on with this little battery powered thing. You can do it by hand if you want to, but you want to grab you some screws for just the mock-up purposes of these fenders. You can get these at Lowe's or any hardware store or whatever.
Basically what you want is you want something that doesn't have a big head on it.
Yeah.
So self-tapping with a smaller head, and we'll explain why we're going to use those later.
And then of course you want to have some kind of scribe or something to mark your fenders and quarters. Well, not necessarily a quarter, but the fender definitely. And you're going to want some kind of cutting tool and a grinder. These are, air powered. If you ain't have air, you can get electric powered ones. And then we're going to move on to later in the molding process. You're going to want like some good panel bond, or this is what I prefer to use. It's 3M. It's really good stuff. Of course, you want to have some of your tips. You don't have that. Now the 3M stuff does take a special gun, so a lot of people might not have that. This is a really nice version of one. You don't have to have this one. They sell a cheaper one. And also you want to have some like acid brushes or some kind of brush to spread it. And then, of course, with the cutting process of anything, you always want to have like a shield so you don't get any metal in your eye.
Safety first, boys. Safety first.
I've been there, done that. It really hurts.
So, I guess, first off, we're going to show you the quarter panels have been cut. This car was already wide body, as you can see the massive holes from my hardware kit. However, the front has not been cut, so we'll be able to show you guys that. And we'll also explain how the rear was cut. So let's go ahead and dive into this. So this is the wide body we're going to be running. It's the M&M Hyper Wide Body Kit for the S2000. The fronts are going to be plus 80 millimeter and the rears are going to be 100 millimeter. So we've got the front flare, side skirt, and then the rear flare also with a bumper extension. The front did not come with a bumper extension, or let me rephrase that. We're not going to use the front bumper extension, because this kit was made to use AP2 stock front and rear bumpers, and we're not running an AP2 front bumper. So we're actually going to have to do something custom up front, but we'll show that process later. Sean's a mad scientist, so he'll figure something out. So first thing we're going to need is our self-tapping screws, our screw gun. And a lot of people like to use tape or another method to hold their flares on. We much prefer just to use self-tapping screws, especially when we're molding it, because what it's going to do is it's going to dig into the quarter panel. We're going to be able to flex the fiberglass
just a little bit, because with these fiberglass parts, they don't always fit 100%. You can get the best kit in the world and it's still going to have just a little bit of this fiberglass is just not perfect.
So we're just going to go ahead and screw those on, screw each one on. We've already test fitted just to make sure we're going to have no major issues, but with it being molded, the screws are actually going to be in the kit regardless, so that's why we went with flathead, and we'll show you that process coming up. First things first, we're going to want to start with putting this side skirt on. Side skirt's going to be one of your only fixed pieces on this car, whereas your front and rear extensions and flares and whatnot will be able to rotate and move all the way. We're going to start with one fixed piece and then meet all the other pieces up to it. So now we've got our side skirt on, screwed. It only comes with 2 screw different places. You can do stuff back here if you want to, but I mean, we're molding it, so those front and back will just hold it just fine. So from here, we can either go with the front or the rear. Personally, I like doing the rear just because it's got the gas cap opening, so we'll be able to go ahead and line that up real easy and then move on to the front. So let me show you guys something. First off, we wanted to go ahead and make sure this door lined up. We got a perfect even seam all the way down. You want to make sure your door opens. And next, on the driver's side or passenger side, depending where your gas cap's on, you're going to want to make sure this flexes right around it so we have an opening. So Sean's going to make sure this fits perfectly. Alright, you want to go ahead and throw this thing on, make sure it opens?
Sure, let's do it.
So we've got the gas door cleared, and that's the first quarter panel done. You wanna go ahead and throw the front piece on too?
I guess.
Let's do it. So now we've got our wide body mocked up front to back, front flares, screw into the side skirts. And we've got up to our rear quarter panel extensions. Now all I've got to do left is to put that rear bumper extension on. Like I said earlier, this kit's made to work with an AP2 front and rear stock bumper, and we're actually not even going to run the AP2 rear bumper, so we're actually going to have to fix some gaps on this one. Not sure what we're going to do. We might just build this bumper out to make it work, or we'll see what happens. So since we're molding this, I think the easiest way we're going to be able to do the front fender is we're just going to mark up the outline of the flare on the bumper. You could go with tape, make it a lot easier, but with us doing molding, we're going to have to paint. We're just going to go ahead and scratch the fender up. It's going to be a lot easier, a lot quicker. So Sean's going to grab his scribe, and we're going to go to town. So now that Sean's got the front fender outlined, one issue that we're going to have is the side skirt. If you look down here, kind of comes over the rocker to the fender. And to be able to mold this correctly, we're actually going to have to cut it right here, which means we're going to have to take this fender flare off and be able to outline where it marks on. That way we know exactly how much we're going to have to cut. So the wide body's been taken off, and just want to go ahead and show you guys. We have that outline of the fender flare, and then we came down to where that side skirt goes, got that outline, just so we know exactly what's going to be covered, everything under that, and we'll be able to figure out where we're going to cut it at. So if you were just normally installing your fender flares on your fender, you might not want to cut too much off. You're still going to want that rigidity in your fender. But with us molding it, we don't really see a purpose in keeping, any of the fender that's not being used. So we're actually just going to do about 2. Are we going to do 2 or 3?
Probably just 2.
So we're going to do 2 tape lines, how you see here. We're pretty much going to cut everything off. And the reason we're doing that is the fender flare is going to be molded on. It's going to become part of the fender. So we really just want a little bit of metal under there, just enough for it to stick to screw to, and to hold on, and then we'll just mold over it. Fiberglass will hold it strong. So we're actually going to cut a lot of this fender off today. Both fenders have been cut. We've got this one we showed you guys, and then we've also got passenger side cut. Perfect. Perfect. So that's going to be all for this video, guys. There's a lot more to do, so we're definitely going to post more videos as we update this project and other projects around the shop. Feel free to like this video, dislike it if you didn't, we'll know to get better. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification tab next to it so you know when we post new videos. We'd love for you guys to join the Leaving Treadmarks family. So keep coming back, and comment down below if we need to change anything, if you want us to go in deeper into any other subject, or if you just want to say what's up, leave a comment, and we'll try to get back to you guys. But thank you.